the signs say that, but they go down, and
Yeah, it
we
says
just
no
can't
low boys,
stand
it
there.
says not to put the brake retard. You should hear him.
What happened there, we put local delivery signs only, and then we found out that O'Hara Township did the same thing on Papercraft Boulevard, which stopped trucks from coming into our place. So it's a no-win situation. It's just grin and bear it. We have to accept our responsibilities, and they have to accept theirs. The only thing that Sam and council have done is when we have these breaks, we have had last fall, we had professionals come in and prepare and repair those breaks because of the street paving program. And the borough boys do a good job, but they're not professional pavers. So you get a better job with the professional paver and a better seal. And the council's taking doing that.
Thank you.
Why don't we get this young lady back here, she hasn't talked yet.
I'm Linda Selleck. I own the building at 268 Freeport Road, and I also live in the house at 510 Freeport Road. I have had the wonderful opportunity in a bad situation to have the fire department come through to help our building at 268. We've had 2 fires, and they are the best fire department and the hardest working people. I have become very handicapped, and the borough was kind enough to give me a handicapped space. I'm the house right next to Black and Gold Beer Distributor. Needless to say, I could never park in front of my own house, and I could not get from my back garage inside of my house for a matter of life and death. I also have been a city girl all of my life, and I want everyone to know that I really like this town, I like this borough, and I am glad to be living here, and thank you.
One more comment.
I have a comment too, don't forget me.
I just wanted to echo some of Donna Ramsey's comments, because I think actually a lot of the controversy that some of us have felt has to do with the fact that we aren't often informed about what it is you're going to vote on in the meeting. And I wonder if you've ever considered either putting in the agenda what the resolutions are that you're going to vote on, so that we know what you're talking about, or maybe even posting them the day of the meeting so that everybody can see. Because I think that's kind of, you know, transparency in government, and that people know what you're doing, and there isn't a suspicion that something's being hidden or not properly exposed to people who are concerned.
This job's tough enough, we're not trying to have to hide stuff. We have to hide stuff. It's hard enough just to do the job. Now we gotta run around looking over our shoulder. I don't have time for it, and I don't think anybody here has time to do that.
But you have time to listen.
We have time to do the job, okay? All this incidental BS that's been going on for the last 3 years has been very distractive to our ability to get things done. Not that we didn't get them done, but it just takes more and more and more of our time, and that's where the misinformation comes in. We tell people the facts, they don't like the answer, so they go and run around town with the misinformation that they wanted to hear, but didn't hear, and go from there. And that's what caused all this problem. Most everybody in this town, Sherry does an excellent job with the newsletter, and we try to put everything in there that we can possibly put in there to keep you informed, but people take what's in there and twist it around and say that this is the way it is when it isn't. And that's the problem. It isn't that we're not telling you what's going on. You don't believe what we're telling you, and now you want to twist it around to believe whatever you want it to believe. That's the problem. So we're giving you as much information as we can. And I think that's enough said on this subject.
This lady here has it.
Yes, Cheryl Stevens, 716 Public Street. I just have a quick question about sidewalks on Freeport Road. Not in widening them, but who is responsible for the general upkeep of the sidewalks? So when they become uneven, is that
Property owner.
property owner?
The property owner is totally responsible for the sidewalks.
Okay, I didn't know if there were different rules for Freeport Road versus like where I live, where I know I'm responsible for my sidewalk.
Exactly, and the same one on Freeport Road. Fortunately, the borough got a Main Street grant, or a business development grant, put them in some years ago. Unfortunately, they wanted to do more than they really could afford to do at the time, so they didn't totally do it correctly.
And
But
that's why we're having.
they're still the owner's responsibility. They did it the best they could. It lasted for quite a long time. Now it's starting to get like this. It is the property owner's responsibility to take care of that.
I know they've been around for a while, because I've lived in Blawnox basically my whole life, so I remember when we got them.
Approximately 25 years ago.
But, so if somebody, like a business owner or a homeowner wants to redo, like where the sidewalks are brick, if somebody like in business A wants to redo their sidewalk, they're only gonna do in front of their building, and then there will be another problem then of uneven, where you might have regular paving butt up against the bricks where they're still, so does, if one person decides to repair their sidewalks, does that force the next person to
Well, if
have
you had
to do that?
a very viable business community, which we've been trying to do for years and years and years here, they can all get together and bid it out as one project. You'd probably get a much better price. You would get a uniform job and everything else. But the borough cannot afford to do it for you.
I was just wondering, because a family member of mine tripped on Freeport Road today and broke her nose. And so I was just wondering, if there were plans for the future,
Well,
but
most
it's
of the
not their
people,
responsibility.
most of the people have been informed that their sidewalks have been in a state of disrepair at one time or another in the last couple, 3 years, and chose not to fix it. So I would suggest that you take a look at that whole project.
Can you be cited for not repairing
Yes,
after
you
so
can.
much time?
Yes, you can. Okay, we've tried to work with everybody, and instead of running around with a bunch of citations, citation is the last resort. We first go and ask somebody to remedy a situation we feel is either dangerous or it's against the ordinances. We've had people take us to court, we've gone through the whole thing, and especially with weeds and stuff like that in the sidewalk. Those things keep growing and growing and growing, and you take somebody to court, you go through the whole citation process, the judge says fix it, they fix it, and then they let it go again. So now you gotta go through the whole process all over again. We're volunteers, we're doing the best we can. It's up to the property owner to maintain their sidewalk properly. If they don't, then they're subject to whatever liabilities occur on their property.
All right, Peggy?
This man's first.
No, we'll tell you who's first. You're up.
Peggy. You want to make a comment, Peggy?
Yes, I do. My name is Peggy Albright, 141st Street, Blawnox. And I didn't realize we came from such an affluent town who could just pass off $3 million like it's $3. You gave them no choice. We pay you sewer money. You don't pay Elkasan. You just made a settlement, $65,000, and from one of your councilmen, he said to me, "Oh, we made $150,000 on that one." If you think that's not stealing, it is. And all this bull that you've been handing these people is nothing but bull. You will not answer a question. There's 3 people come to every council meeting. We ask a question. Our answer is, thank you for your comment. You are not transparent at all. You spend tons of money, so we can't find out what's going on. And we're not done with you either.